Time for some hot topics, folks. First one, Sim.
Ah, boy. Really? Really, Nev? You do me that? Guys, it was a rough weekend in terms of what we were hearing about COVID. You see the graphics on screen, 213 new cases, 7 more COVID deaths. This was on Saturday. Total of COVID deaths, no, 67. Wasn't it like just the other day we were below 10?
Mm-hmm.
And then at 10, and then at 12, and now at 67.
Mm-hmm.
Country also recorded 230 new infections with ages ranging from 1 day to 104 years, increasing the overall figure to 4,988 cases. 3,489 of those are active.
That's the scary part for me, you know?
It's really
I remember normally we would say it's only 100 active, 70 active. Yeah, this is 3,489.
29 moderately ill patients, 8 are critical.
That's another scary part for me.
115 of the new cases are men, 112 women.
Condolences to 56-year-old male from St. Mary, a 69-year-old male from Kingston and St. Andrew, a 37-year-old male of St. James, 82-year-old male of St. James, 69-year-old male of Kingston and St. Andrew, 73-year-old male of St. Mary, and an 80-year-old male of Manchester.
Who all had pre-existing conditions.
Yeah. Yeah.
All had pre-existing conditions. 23 more persons have recovered, increasing that tally to 1,350. We can't tell you enough, guys.
Nope.
If you don't have to go anywhere.
Don't.
Worse if you have a comorbidity. I saw a post from a doctor the other day who said she swabbed a gentleman, an elderly gentleman, and he was so distraught because he said, I don't go anywhere. I have one room and I don't leave that room. So we also have to be responsible, those of us who interact with older folks, to know that we can't go everywhere and do everything and then go and visit your mommy and your daddy and you have to be really, really careful.
Yeah, I told a story of one of our Caribbean neighbors who someone came home and went home to be quarantined, and the family said, no, you can't come here because they had an elderly grandmother. And the Prime Minister actually supported it. You know, some people were saying, no, but it's in family and stuff. And the Prime Minister said, well, you have to be careful. And I heard that very, very early, that even your family, you have to be careful because some of the family members will be going all over the place and stuff like that. So again, condolences to all those who would have lost someone. Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, dead, 87. She was appointed in 1993 by President Clinton, and in recent years served as the most senior member of the court's liberal wing. And there's talk now that some people are saying to Donald Trump, don't name someone to replace her until after the election. So if you lose, then Mr. Biden would do it. He's insisting that he will name someone before the election. So that's the bigger story now. That's the bigger story now.
What a time to be alive.
Yep. Can you imagine the stories to the grandkids in 40 and 50 years' time about what went on now? I can remember us having a full studio talking about this coronavirus in China, and you know, every morning we'd be talking about it only to find out that we're right in the middle of it. Didn't expect. I suspect some of us thought it would go around us or above us or something like that. But then we lose another person in the music business.
Yeah. Our condolences to family, friends, colleagues of Barry O'Hare, well-respected music and audio engineer. He died at the University Hospital of the West Indies on the weekend. He had tested positive also for COVID-19 earlier in the week. According to a friend, spoke to him yesterday, which would have been Friday. He sounded upbeat. Last night he told me that when the test came back positive, they moved him from the ward he was on. said he was planning to carry some stuff for him, and that was that.
His friend said he had an underlying sickness otherwise from that.
Really very sad. So a gentleman who's been in the business for a long time.
Yep.
Lots of people saying they worked with him and he was life-changing for them.
Yep.
Engineer for some of the big names in the business. He's worked with Third World, Steel Pulse, Burning Spear. I mean, just a range of artists.
Yep.
And he was recognized in 2018 by Jaria for his contribution to the growth and development of reggae music. Survived by a wife and 2 children. So our condolences to him. Terrible.
Yeah.
Also, it wasn't easy to hear that the vice principal, one of the vice principals of Kingston College, also passed as a result of COVID-19. Juliet Wilson is her name. She too died after being admitted a few weeks ago, and she reportedly died from complications related to COVID-19. She was at KC, with the KC family for over 25 years. And yesterday, social media was filled with tributes to her from persons with whom she had interacted. Students, colleagues, was just really... You knew her, Ned?
Mm-hmm.
You knew her.
Rest in peace, miss. All right.
Also, there's another young lady. Let's not leave her out. I think her name is Judith Sharas. She worked with the Office of the Prime Minister as a senior administrator. She too passed away as a result of COVID
know that.
on the weekend. So
Condolences.
condolences to the family and friends. I say it's
Yeah. All right. So the next one is the principals are suggesting that, the ministry did suggest, I don't know if suggest is the right word, that face-to-face school would start October 5. Now, online school has started, but now a number of the principals are saying, no, we're not ready for that, especially with what's going on now. The youngsters have to go on public transportation. That's Nadine Malloy. She's the principal at Ardennes, but the president of the Teachers Association, he's come out. He's the principal at Manchester. That's Mr. Gabriel right there. So they're not liking the fact that the ministry has said that. So we have to wait and see. Now we're at 21. So another 2 weeks before school should officially open. And it's a phase thing, even when it does, if it does.
blended.
Blended or
Some
not
days
phase.
at school,
so
some
first
days
one, go
online.
one Monday and go back Wednesday. That's Mr. Wright. I think he's the principal of Titchfield, I think. And he's so they're saying we have to wait and see. I don't know if the ministry can order them. I don't know if that can happen. But I suspect if the parents say, well, you could order them a little more and not sending my child, well, I'm not sending my child. I mentioned at St. George's College, the graduation ceremony. It was 40 parents who said, I'm not sending my kids. And they were physically distanced, and it wasn't as bad as what's going on now. And they said, no, we're not taking that chance.
Too risky.
So I suspect some parents will say, nah, I'm not going to send my child. I'd rather teach them at home or something like that.
Too risky. Clive, did you just give us a wrap-up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, so forget the Emmys, though. Had him here to talk about.
Anybody where we know we nothing? Or
Yeah, and it was a welcome.
I think the mail was Kimmel.
Actually,
it was causing Kimmel because he said something.
No, Kimmel was the host.
No, I read that he said something.
Oh, they were he said many things.
Yeah, he said something that they said was inappropriate.
It wasn't thinly veiled. It was a very open push to Americans to go out and vote and to change things, and so I found that very interesting.
Yeah, I was reading online this morning that they gave him a hard time because of probably running a joke, and people probably say it was
distasteful. He ran several that people could have said were not.
Distasteful.
Well, not distasteful, but very controversial.
Yeah. All right, news in 5 in a couple of minutes. Soon come.